I need you to stop being loud and wrong. Great and interesting conversation with a 39-year-old client of mine who came to me and said, Doc, the problem is my best friend of 10 years. I love her to death. I really do. But the problem is she's always right. She can't be corrected. And she always has an opinion. I have no problem with anybody that has an opinion. But with her, her opinions tend to be very loud and inaccurate at the same time. I said, ma'am, first of all, in a world filled with advice and opinion, it doesn't make sense to take everybody's advice or opinions. Second of all, anything you love, you ought to be able to correct. And if I can't correct you, I have a right to question the love that we claim to have. And thirdly, consider this. I had a friend of mine who had an outdated GPS in her car. She had not updated her maps for 10 or 11 years. She called herself going to a destination she had never been, listening to a very loud GPS coming through her speakers that was inaccurate because it was outdated. I said, ma'am, being loud and not knowing what you're talking about is like being like an outdated GPS. And the problem is, outdated GPSs will confidently and loudly scream direction, but the louder it gets, the more you'll find yourself still being lost because volume doesn't equate accuracy. My client actually started tearing up. I started laughing at her and I said, sweetheart, tell your friend to stop being loud and wrong because volume doesn't necessarily mean accuracy. And without the truth, volume can actually create more confusion than it does clarity. I hope this made sense. If it did, type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then remember, you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.